Hello and welcome to Levelhead Intermediate Design. In this video, we're going to talk about relays. This guy right here. Okay, so what's a relay? Before I get into that, I hope you've seen the basic logic and switches videos. Those will cover some basic setup, and also talks about kind of how logic works. But just to clarify, switches do one thing, and that means that they send one signal to somewhere, and that's it. It's usually a pickup, okay, or a door. Okay, so right now in this setup, these two guys are looking for everything active, or in this case, just this one here. And when they hear one active signal, or rather all active signals, they will flip. Okay, okay, so that's it. Now, the thing is, this signal terminates. It goes here, it goes to all the listeners, but after that, they do their thing, and that's it. The signal just dies right there. That signal is used, and then it's finished. That's it. Okay? That is what all the switches do. They broadcast or receive, but that's it. They don't do anything else with it in regards to the channel. So everything here only has to do with 0, or in the case of them sending, they might broadcast somewhere else. Now, what if you wanted to keep that signal going elsewhere? Or what if you wanted to put a bunch of criteria up to make something fairly elaborate happen? Well, that's what you can use a relay for. Relays are not any good on their own because they can only do just the one thing. They take a signal and they broadcast it on another channel. That is the entire purpose of relays. So there's not much you can set up with just one relay, but you can do something with 2, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So I'll set up just very basically. We want, let's see, so let's set up a few doors. We're going to put this one on 1. This can be kept to 0, and this one can be kept on 2. You'll see what I mean in just a second. We'll keep these guys here just for now. Let's put a couple of criterion down. Let us put a couple of switches. I've got the thing on there, but that's okay. We'll just do a couple for 0. So these guys, when they're on, they will cause these to open. It's listening for all active from the channel 0. These guys are broadcasting on channel 0. This one is listening on channel 0. Let's kill that one there. And let's put a couple of pressure switches. Okay. Yeah, we'll just space them a bit far apart. And they are inactive, so they are waiting for something to happen. They will broadcast on 1. So they will open this door. This door will open when it hears that both of these are active in this case. Ignore these up here for now. We'll leave 2 just as it is. So let's put a couple boxes down, which are carry. Okay, we'll do. Okay, let's just pretend that this one is not being used at the moment. Okay, so what we're gonna do. Well, let's just say we couldn't cross these doors at all. We obviously couldn't hop around here, but just bear with me. Let's just say we had to get through these 3 doors. Okay. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Oh, it's because these are here. Right. Ignore them. Right. No. No. Okay. Those open one door. Okay. This opens the second door. Okay. So you can do that, but what would you do if you wanted both these things to be on at the same time? They are different criteria, and you wanted to open a third door. Basically, you want the player to engage with two things, at least two things separately, to cause something else to happen. Let's use a relay. A relay will be, we're going to do two relays. Okay. Just ignore what that's done. And this one. Okay. So, whoops, no, we're not doing that. This one is listening for switches, and then it'll broadcast to two. This one, okay. This one will listen there and also broadcast to two. So, it is listening for the active switches, then it produces one and only one message that it is simply flipped. This will flip. It isn't like sending like there's two pressure switches on. I'm telling you there's two pressure switches on. That is not the case. Or these types of switches. It's not telling anything about the switches. Once it meets the criteria of everything being active, it will broadcast a singular message to this channel of two. It will say, I'm on now. That's all it's going to say. Okay? These do not have inactive states. They are simply listening to one thing, what a switch requirements are on their channel. It is listening there. Okay? It is receiving from channel 0. Once it listens and it hears that everything is active, it will broadcast an on or a 1 or however you want to think about it. Okay? Same for the pressure switches. This one, it says 1, it is listening on 1. Once both these are on, it will also broadcast to 2 that it is on. Now this is listening and it needs all the switches, in this case, these guys here. These guys will broadcast to 2. As long as these are both active, then this one will open. Okay, so this is how you make it so the player has to do both things to make the third one open. Okay? They couldn't just have one going on. Okay? They couldn't just have this. Alright? All the switches must be on in order to produce a relay effect. So both the relays are broadcasting at this current moment, saying that everything is on, and then the third one is opening. This is a fairly complex topic. I hope to do more videos in the future about a more complex setup, but this is basically what's going on here. All they're doing is listening for a requirement on a certain channel, then they're broadcasting to a separate channel of an on message. Okay? And that is how relays work. Thanks for watching.